Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Life Philosophy. I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we dive into a story that's as old as time but as fresh as the morning dew, a tale of struggle, realization, and the power of transformation. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a warm cup of tea, and let's journey together into a small village in India, where a seemingly ordinary man faces an extraordinary battle with himself. Our story begins in a quaint little village, nestled among rolling hills and whispering fields. Here lived a small-time merchant named Arjun. Arjun wasn't a bad man, not at heart, but he carried a heavy burden, a crippling addiction to alcohol. Every evening, after a long day at his modest shop, he'd find solace in a bottle. But that solace came at a steep price. His family, his loving wife Meera, and their 2 young children, lived in constant tension. Shouts echoed through their small home, not of joy, but of despair. Arjun's drunken outbursts often spilled into the village streets, where he'd pick fights or hurl insults at passers-by. "Who do they think they are to judge me?" he'd slur, oblivious to the pain he caused. His reputation soured, and with it, his business dwindled. Customers turned away, whispering, "Why trade with a man who can't control himself?" Now Arjun wasn't blind to his downfall. Deep down, he knew his habit was a wrecking ball, smashing through his life. He'd tried to quit. Oh, how he'd tried! But each attempt ended in failure, and every failure deepened his shame. Whenever Meera or a well-meaning neighbor urged him to stop, he'd snap back, his voice raw with frustration. "I haven't grabbed this habit. It's grabbed me. I'm trapped." And in a way, he believed it. He felt like a prisoner to his own choices. Meera, bless her soul, bore the brunt of this storm. She watched her husband's health crumble, his once bright eyes now dull and bloodshot. She worried for their children, who flinched at every raised voice. She longed for the man she'd married, the kind, hard-working Arjun who'd once dreamed of a better life for them all. But what could she do? Her words fell on deaf ears. Until one day, a sliver of hope arrived in the village. Word spread of a wise Bodh bhikshu, a wandering monk renowned for unraveling life's toughest knots. If anyone can help us, Meera thought, it's him. With a mix of desperation and determination, Meera dragged Arjun to meet the bhikshu at the edge of the village, where he rested under a sprawling banyan tree. The monk, with his serene face and piercing eyes, listened as they poured out their story. Arjun's addiction, the family's pain, the failing business. He nodded slowly, his silence somehow louder than words. Finally, he spoke, his voice calm as a still lake. "Go now, and return tomorrow morning. I will help you." The next day they returned, eager for answers. But instead of a sermon, they found the bhikshu clutching the trunk of the banyan tree, as if holding on for dear life. Arjun blinked in confusion. "Maharaj, what are you doing? Why are you holding this tree?" The bhikshu, with a faint smile, replied, "Come back tomorrow and I'll explain." And so they did. Day after day, for an entire week, they returned, only to see the monk in the same peculiar pose, gripping the tree, refusing to let go. Each time, he'd say, "Tomorrow, I'll tell you." By the 7th day, Arjun's patience wore thin. He was a man on edge, after all, wrestling with his own demons. "Maharaj," he exclaimed, a mix of irritation and curiosity in his tone, "why won't you let go of this tree? What's stopping you?" The bhikshu's expression turned serious, his eyes locking with Arjun's. "I want to let go, my friend," he said. "But this tree, it won't release me. It's holding me tight." Arjun burst into laughter, the absurdity of it all breaking through his frustration. "Maharaj, with all due respect, you're the one holding the tree. It's not holding you. You can let go whenever you choose." There was a long pause, the kind that makes you feel the weight of the moment. Then, the bhikshu's voice cut through, steady and profound. For a week, Arjun, I've been showing you the truth you couldn't see. Just as I'm holding this tree, you're holding on to your habit of drinking. It's not the alcohol that's trapped you, you've trapped yourself. And just as I can release this tree, you can release your addiction. The power lies with you. Those words hit Arjun like a thunderbolt. For the first time, he saw his struggle not as a chain forced upon him, but as a choice he'd made, and one he could unmake. The bhikshu's lesson wasn't just about quitting, it was about ownership. Arjun realized he wasn't a victim of his habit, he was its creator. And if he created it, he could dismantle it. But here's where the story and the philosophy deepens, friends. The bhikshu didn't just leave Arjun with a revelation. He offered a path forward. He explained a universal truth about human nature. We can't simply quit a habit by leaving a void. Nature abhors a vacuum, doesn't it? If you empty a space, something will rush in to fill it, be it air, water, or, in our minds, another thought or behavior. You can't erase a habit, the bhikshu taught, but you can replace it. Turn a destructive pattern into a constructive one. If you drink to escape stress, find a healthier escape. Walk in the fields, talk to a friend, build something with your hands. Replace the poison with a balm. I love this idea, and I think you'll agree it's incredibly practical. Imagine Arjun, instead of reaching for a bottle, sitting with Meera under the stars, sharing a quiet laugh, or waking up early to watch the sunrise, feeling the crisp air on his face, instead of the burn of liquor in his throat. It's not about fighting the old habit head-on. That's a losing battle for most of us. It's about redirecting that energy, that need, into something life-giving. And let's be real for a moment. Changing habits isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. The bhikshu knew this, and so he warned Arjun. Your mind has carved deep grooves with this addiction. It will take time to carve new ones. Be patient, but be persistent. Start small. Maybe skip 1 drink today, then 2 tomorrow. Build a winner's mindset, one tiny victory at a time. I can't help but smile at that advice, because it's so human. We often want instant transformation, don't we? But life doesn't work that way. It's the small, steady steps that carry us to the mountaintop. As I think about Arjun's journey, I'm reminded of something I often tell my clients. You can't change your future directly, but you can change your habits. And those habits? They'll shape your future. Arjun began to see this truth. With Meera's unwavering support and the bhikshu's wisdom echoing in his mind, he started replacing his evenings of drinking with family time, with rebuilding his shop, with rebuilding himself. It wasn't easy. Oh, there were slip-ups, I'm sure. But each day he chose to let go of that tree, he grew stronger. So, my friends, what's the tree you're holding on to? Maybe it's not alcohol, but something else. A habit of procrastination, negativity, or self-doubt. Ask yourself, are you holding it, or is it holding you? And more importantly, what beautiful, life-affirming habit could you replace it with? Take a moment to reflect on that. I'll wait. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with a thought inspired by Arjun's story. True freedom isn't in escaping our struggles, it's in mastering them. We have the power to let go, to choose differently, to build a life of purpose one small step at a time. So start today. Replace one old pattern with a new one. And remember, I'm rooting for you. Until next time, keep reflecting, keep growing, and keep choosing the path that lights you up. This is Life Philosophy, signing off with a heart full of hope. See you soon.